During World War II, the Nazi regime, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, conducted numerous horrific and unethical experiments on human subjects. These experiments were carried out by various individuals, including doctors and scientists, in concentration camps and other facilities. While it is important to note that there were many different experiments conducted, I will mention a few of the most shocking experiments they have done. 1. Auschwitz Twins Experiments. Dr. Josef Mengele, known as the Angel of Death, conducted experiments on twins at Auschwitz concentration camp. He aimed to study heredity and genetics by subjecting twins to various brutal procedures, including injecting them with different substances, amputations without anesthesia, and surgically joining twins together. 2. Freezing experiments. These experiments, led by Dr. Sigmund Rascher, involve subjecting prisoners to extreme cold temperatures to simulate conditions encountered by German soldiers during the war. Prisoners were immersed in freezing water, exposed to cold air, or placed in a low-pressure chamber. These experiments often resulted in severe injuries, frostbite, or death. 3. High-altitude experiments. Nazi scientists conducted experiments to study the effects of high-altitude conditions on the human body. Prisoners were subjected to simulated high-altitude conditions by placing them in low-pressure chambers, which often caused excruciating pain, respiratory problems, and even death. 4. Poison and infectious agent experiments. Prisoners were intentionally infected with various diseases, such as malaria, tuberculosis, and typhus, to test the efficacy of vaccines and treatments. Additionally, lethal poisons were administered to victims, either through injections or ingestion, to study their effects and develop antidotes. 5. Bone, muscle, and nerve regeneration experiments. These experiments were conducted to investigate methods of regenerating and transplanting bones, muscles, and nerves. Prisoners were subjected to surgeries without anesthesia, had their bones and muscles crushed, and were exposed to infections. These experiments caused immense suffering and often resulted in permanent disabilities or death. These experiments, along with many others, represent some of the most shocking and inhumane acts committed by the Nazis during the Holocaust. They were clear violations of basic ethical principles and human rights, causing immeasurable pain and suffering to the victims involved.